Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you had a good weekend, and welcome back to a new full video on Bitcoin. We'll talk about the technicals. We'll talk about some important fundamentals, such as the presidential race in the US, but also interest rates and just in general economics. Today, even though the volume has gone up quite nicely over the course of the last 24 hours, so that's good. All right, that means that hopefully we will see some movement back into the markets, and hopefully we can do some better trading than last week, because last week was absolutely horrendous, I would say. But that's what we'll talk about. Today it's still Labor Day, right? So it's still going to be a relatively quiet day, I would say, especially in the second half of the day, when usually you have the US opening and that's very volatile and a lot of volume comes in. It's not happening today. But yeah, we'll talk about Bitcoin, and I thought let's just start right with what I expect from the markets. I changed my analysis slightly compared to yesterday, with the main change being that we have a little bit more of a buffer. I was looking at the weekly candles, and what I found was that, there's actually quite a strong level right here at like 56,000. So I still think that as long as we're above that, we can still at least pretend that we're bullish. But in general, that also means that whereas first I thought, 57,000, that's the last support, that has to hold. Now for me, that's that ultimate support level that has to hold for us to at least be neutral and not be bearish, is this level. So the main question is also, well, can we actually hold that level? Which we'll talk about, but first I do want to talk a little bit more about that weekly close. Because if we look at the weekly close right here, the big question is well, is this weekly close bullish or bearish? And I would love to say that it's bullish, but it's not as bullish as it could have been. As you can see, there's a major level, or I hope you can see, there's a major level right here, more towards 61,000, which we broke above 2 weeks ago. So the ideal setup would be that we actually broke that and that we actually held the breakout. But now that turned into a fake out. And there's also, the weekly time frame for Bitcoin is a weird place to be. There's a lot of different key levels, and you never know which one to trust. But this weekly close is not the worst either, because, like I said, we still have that great support. And then if we zoom in, the market situation, the market structure for Bitcoin right now, I still think is the same situation as it was last week. And that is that we are consolidating here between 56 and 62,000. And I think, and that's what I expect, I think this consolidation will hold. So now what we're waiting for is for this support to actually get some sort of a bullish confirmation. All right. So what I expect ultimately is that this support right here will hold, and that from here we will at least be able to get back up to 61 and 62,000. And then once we hit that level, we will talk about whether we can actually break above that, but that's a question for the future. I think initially no. All right, I don't think the first time we'll get back up to that level, we'll break out above that. But at this point of time, even though this is what I expect, I am still waiting for a confirmation. We got a little bit of a bid coming in. So here you can see that the open interest is going up, while the CVD pumped up quite a bit as well. So some entity is buying Bitcoin, but I don't think it's enough. All right, so what I need to see at the very least is some sort of a breakout. All right, and for me, the main level to break out above right now is probably this level right here at 58,500. Break above that, close above that, then it's confirmed. I think we're holding the level right here, and that we're going up to the top of the range. Outside of that, to talk about some fundamentals, I know we talked mostly technicals in this video, but hopefully that's okay. This week we have some economic events, not many, but on Friday we have the non-farm payrolls and the unemployment rate. That's going to be important. And then apart from that, at this point of time, and that's also when we're looking more towards the next couple of months, and we're talking about the presidential election in the US. What would be most bullish for crypto would be Trump winning, and he's ahead in the polls, at least on Pony Market right now. So that could be a bullish catalyst to keep an eye on once we actually see some things bubbling up about that in the markets and in news. So that's also one of the reasons why I do ultimately think that a bullish breakout on the higher time frames for Bitcoin is more likely. But I'll keep you updated on that. Somewhere in September, we also have the interest rate decision. I'll keep you updated on that as well. For now, thank you for watching. That's what you need to know. Take care and bye.